All right, today we're doing a little myth busting. We have 5 myths that somehow permeate all of the detailing world. What are they? Stay tuned, we're gonna go into those details next. Hey, I'm Todd Cooperrider with ESOTERIC, bringing you 5 different myths. Now, we discussed doing this video and how we wanted to frame it and what we want to talk about. We have a lot of comments on our videos that we pull some of this information from, discussions that we have with people. And while we tried to have a little bit of fun with it, there's a serious side to it as well. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there about detailing, here at ESOTERIC we are bringing you the best information based off of work that we do, and been teaching our Lead Detail Academy for 10 years. We got some experience at this stuff. Okay, the first thing that we want to discuss. Number 1, you can use quick detailers as a way to clean your car between washes. No. I don't care, you're at the car show and you drove it there, it's got dust and stuff all over it, and you want to use a quick detailer. Your car is going to be shiny, but it's going to be full of swirls. I don't care what it says on the back of the quick detailer bottle. Quick detailers are not a safe way to clean your car between washes. Wait until your next wash. One other thing I forgot to mention. At the end of this video, don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, we're going to link you to other videos that go into a deeper dive on these subjects. Okay, number 2, you can clay your car without machine polishing. You even see TV commercials out there with a guy in a white lab coat and hair that looks like mine going over a Corvette and claying it and talking about how clean the surface is. One thing they're not showing is they're taking a light and looking down at the surface and now seeing how scratched up that surface is. We've talked about this one many times before. Do not use clay on your painted surfaces unless you are doing machine polishing afterwards. Okay, number 3, this is a little bit more for the professional detailer, but some of you DIY people get into machine polishing as well. The rotary polisher is faster than a DA. Okay, well, in some cases you might find that if you go in, use a great big super heavy wool pad for your compounding stage, you might get correction a little bit faster. However, on the finish polishing stage, you still have to go slow and methodical, particularly if you hit it overly aggressive. Otherwise, you're going to end up with holograms. I had a person here recently wanted to try to argue with me on this case, saying rotary's so much faster. I said, what about finishing? And his reply was, finishing? That's probably a body shop person thing that you go in and you just hit it with one step, throw some glaze on it afterwards, and you're done. No, you have to do intensive finish polishing afterwards. It's not going to make a difference, and with rotaries you're taking a lot more time taping to be safe. This one is a good one. The world of ceramic coating. You see crazy Instagram ads, you know, people setting stuff on fire, beating vehicles with a stick. But number 4 is ceramic coatings are scratch resistant. No, they're not. I can still take my clean finger on a clean surface, rub across it, and I can leave scratches. No, they're not big gouges like you hit it with a screwdriver, but you hit it with a light and you can still see marring on the finish. Ceramic coatings are there for 2 purposes: long-term good looks and ease of maintenance. They're not scratch resistant. Okay, back to the DIY person or professional detailer who's doing machine polishing. There's a little bit of a theme on this one. You need to prime your pads before polishing or compounding. What is priming? It's loading up a bunch of product on it because you're going to have a dry face and you're going to mar up the finish. No, that's not the case in the least bit. We have gone through the effort of doing scientific studies, looking at the data to quantify what we're talking about on this one. You do not need it. And then the next argument is, I've seen it on our video, well, you didn't use this method of priming or this method of priming. Well, here's the reality of it. It still doesn't make a difference when you're talking to cut, when you're talking to finish, whatever else. If you don't need to prime, you're saving mess, you're saving a convoluted process, and you're saving product in the process. All right, now we're going to link you to videos that go into more details. We thought it was important to get you thinking about a lot of that stuff that you hear out there and who you're hearing it from. As we said here at ESOTERIC, we've been doing this for a long time. We work on an insane amount of cars at all levels. We've got the experience, and we want to share that knowledge with you. As always, we appreciate you hanging out with us here on the ESOTERIC channel. Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.
You know who Jamie Heineman is, right?
No. Oh, yeah.
Mustache.
Yeah. The goofy hat.
Yeah. Thumbnail if I can track down that costume.
Sure. Yeah.
What are you doing? That like really freaks me out. Oh my god.
Hey, we're just doing a little myth busting here.
I have no words.
I know, I don't even know what to say, dude.